Spooky. Spooky Appalachia. What's going on? Just finished up some work. I am gonna be finishing. Well, I'm not even close to finishing. I'm at the beginning of some Kingdom Come. Let's turn down the chill beats and get this going. So, I am getting fucked by these two, by these bandits here. I'm sure I could beat them if I had skills to pay said bills, but I do not. So instead of making Ginger safe or anything, I am just going to report to my captain. And it's not my problem. This is Kingdom Come Deliverance. I am playing the life of a peasant in Bulgaria, I think. So there was a slaughter of by the Cumans. Yeah, exactly. It's his problem. I did exactly what I was supposed to. Hanged people because of the Cuman assault on Bavaria. But I'm but one soldier. Okay, how the hell am I supposed to be taking out two bandits? I'm not even a soldier. I am less than a conscript. I've had 1 hour of training. And I'm a little bit drunk. Buffs. I overate, I'm drunk, and I have an injured torso. So I am not in any stretch of the imagination ready to do this. Which I think might be the true purpose of this game, especially in the beginning, is to like really immerse yourself in the peasant mind. Yeah. Here is the place where the slaughter happened. All right, Captain. There we go. Captain Bernard.
Well, well. Look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
I was looking for that boy, and
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. How would I explain that to Sir Radzig, eh? I really don't know, my lord. He disappeared without saying a word.
Okay, he's making a lot of good points
Never
here.
crossed my mind he wanted to get himself killed.
I...
Silence! Keep your ignorant mouth shut when I'm giving you the benefit of a veteran's wisdom. You do what I tell you, answer only when I ask, and not go roaming off whenever you feel like it. I'd like to kick your arse back to the castle and be shut of you. But it's true, you're a fucking peasant who knows nothing about soldiering, and it's my job to whip you into shape, so I'm not done with you yet. God have mercy on you if you ever try anything like that again.
I'm
If you're
being
lucky, I'll only have you whipped and
laid
clapped and stomped,
into.
because if I get my way, you'll be hanged for desertion. I hope we've got that out of the way. I've made myself absolutely clear. And now, let's hear what you have to report.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it, then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the
I
raiders.
like how he does that
He was
finger
afraid they'd come
point.
back to silence him.
Actually, this.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzig will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
All right, let's go tell him about the situation.
I need help.
Is that so? What's the matter? Did you lose your way?
No, I found those bandits. They want to kill Ginger.
Fuck! We need him alive. How many of them are there?
Just two, but they're tough-looking brutes.
They are tough.
See about that. After them. Lead the way.
This is what I'm talking about.
Hi. The answer to my
Gone weak at the knees, have you?
Yeah, what now?
Fire!
Yeah.
Curse it!
Now this is the combat I'm looking forward to.
Now.
Oh, had enough?
Give up. Give up. Jeez. Silver ring. Yeah, right. He only took like 6,000. He only was stabbed brutally 10 times.
Should have hanged for this. Shit! Still breathing? Or not? Leave them here to rot. They'll make a nice morsel for the foxes. Good work, man.
All right, this was their camp. How's my hunger? Nourishment. I am not hungry. I accidentally thought... Did I go at night?
Who's there?
Could probably sleep. Dude, I got so turned around. There's the camp. Sleeping in a dead man's bed. All right, now I can see where I'm going. I do like how my horse fast travels to me. Probably check my skills because defense. Let's see what this perfect block. If you beat your opponent in a clinch, nice. That's what I'm talking about. That's gonna help the combat. Firm grip. Blocking your strikes will cost an opponent 15% more stamina. Stab, slash, slash. I will never be able to do these combos. Let's just wait for now on those. All right, so mission successful. I was trying for fucking days to get rid of those two bandits, and all I had to do was, I think, maybe wait until the very night when they have their pajamas on, get them that way, or just return back to the captain. Oh shit. Going the wrong way. I gotta let Ginger know he's safe. So, from what I'm understanding in the story, Sir Siegfried. I'll be on the other side. Yeah. Sir Siegfried, is attempting a coup against the current king of Bavaria, who should have been emperor, but abdicated the greater throne. So Siegfried is attempting to claim power from a useless king. And to do so and make it cheap, he hired the Cumans, which are a poor people of the steppes, to kind of pillage the land. And while... what the fuck is this? Sunlight. And while, shit, I have no idea where Ginger... While trying to make it cheap, he hired, along with the Cumans, bandits, other ne'er-do-wells, which... there we go. Which are causing havoc. I mean, Siegfried... I was there at the attack, and Siegfried wasn't exactly stopping anything. He
I
let
bear
it
good
all happen.
tidings.
Already?
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's great, but
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it. I don't know if they'll even want to talk to me.
I can't do everything. Just go there and see what happens.
Just try, and you'll see whether they drive you away or not. But if you explain it to them, they're sure to understand.
I suppose you're right. Thank you for your help, and God bless you.
No worries, no worries, Spooky. I had quite a lot of fires to put out at my work this morning, too. And it's my day off. It's my gum-blasted day off. Now, should I don't like fast traveling in games. I think it, maybe takes away from the exploration of the game. I didn't fast travel in Red Dead Redemption 2 either. I just fucking rode my horse everywhere. And I really enjoyed the game that way. Horse, go through. Yeah, then you do come up with problems like that where my horse want to go through the goddamn bushes. I think it's good in a game like this because, like, going to the place once you could skip, and then fast traveling you could accidentally just not find a number of things that are placed like slightly around the town. So there is that, but I mean sometimes that ride back is boring after the first one. I've discovered Inn at the Glade. Very lovely town. Or, I guess inn. Like the flowers there. Love that sun. Look at that sun. It's a very beautiful game. I'm enjoying how, the damn emails. I don't want to have to answer you. Alright, we're not taking the road anymore. And I keep forgetting that my horse can go really fast. Alright, sir. Oh!
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
I have another lead to the bandits.
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
I'm the
whole
horse.
story or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
In brief.
Well, in the end, I tracked down the stable boy who fled in fear of his life, and for good reason too. He put me on the trail of a crofter from Ujit with a limp.
And his name?
The boy didn't know him by name, only by sight. But if I ask around, I'm sure folk will know who limps and keeps peculiar company. Villagers like to gossip.
But what if he's not there? He could have fled, maybe even to Kuttenberg.
If I don't find him in Ujit, I'll ask around. Someone will know something about him.
All right. Better go to Ujits then. Find this limping footpad and get the names of the others out of him. They have to face justice for what they did. I want to see them hang. Then bring him to me in Merhoyet and I'll decide on his fate.
Certainly, sir.
Never ask questions to nobility. Okay. So what's going on here? That's the real question. Ginger is hiding out in the woods for his life because by chance he recognized one of the bandits involved in the Neerhof massacre. Some fellow with a limp lives in Jits. Side quests. I'm way beyond this. Ooh, I can learn to read in Ujits too. Looks like we're going to Ujits. Hopefully you've been getting even more emails for your side business. Alright, let's go through the field. There's also no auto run in this game. Like in Skyrim, you could just set your character to auto run and do what you want. Nice. Very nice. In this game, they're all like, no, you gotta be there for it. This ain't no for some. This ain't for some punk bitches who want to idle their game, smoke some weed. Kingdom Come Deliverance is for the connoisseur gamer looking to immerse themselves. Every step you take, you must press forward. Lovely flowers. Is that the? I think I'm at that inn. Is this the inn? No, these are just lovely flowers. Nothing in there. I have ran across several. Great, I got attacked there. This is one of the fire or coalmen's camps. Coal burners, that's what they're called. Apparently, coal making was an industry. I'm always on the lookout for guards. Not guards, I mean bandits. I'm also fearing the point of the game if it ever does get that way to where... Oh, what are you, sir?
Goodman.
Huh? I'm glad he didn't try to attack me because he would have devastated my butt. A light rain upon my armored body. Behold! Think that's my destination in the distance? God dang it. Alright. All these larger bushes I keep thinking I can just go through. Because in most games I would just be able to go through it, but not Kingdom Come. Alright, we're in Ujits. I'm looking for someone with where the limping I'm looking where the limping bandit lives. But I am also looking for a scribe. Because I'm looking to read. I'm not even in Ujits. This place is a city. What is that? That's a cattle place. Maybe a butcher? It's built on the hill. This would be quite the area to defend. You can see everything coming at you. Hills naturally weaken. You know, going up a hill's harder than going over straight land, so every step is harder than the last for the invading army. Okay, somewhere in here there's a scribe. Go to all these. Okay, the grocer. There was the baker. This would be the tavern. Sir, innkeeper.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Sure.
Indeed there is. Around here, you should hear about what Vashek the groom has been up to at the stables. When the head groom told the lads here, they fell off their seats laughing. Oh, and another thing. Just last night, Father Godwin was here, calling fire and brimstone down on old Gertrude, the herb woman. He's not one to make a fuss over some trifle either.
Alright. Fellow with the limp.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
What would you want with him? Well, it's no skin off my nose. The bastard has a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Ratai.
Perfect.
Good luck to you.
Alright, we got a vendor.
Who's brave enough to try horseradish? Huh?
I don't want your horseradish.
Come now!
Traitor, I mean. Did I? This is the scribe, baby.
God be with you.
I'd like to learn to read.
I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest or clerk. But why not? I've taught all sorts. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
Let's get started.
All right. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces, if indeed time is of the essence.
50 groschen?
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he
The
find
whispering montage.
Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
Nice.
You
I
ought to
like
read
how
it.
this is a
It's
mini game.
Come back once you've worked your way through it.
Okay, being able to read was a rare skill in the Middle Ages, and a common blacksmith's son certainly wouldn't have been able to. I like how everything is backwards and shit. Like, either he's teaching me through bad typos, or this is just me trying to read and I don't know how to read that well yet. Okay, so let's do this. One day, a countryman going to the nest of his goose found there an egg all yellow and glittering. When he took it up, it was heavy as lead, and he was going to throw it away because he thought a trick had been played upon him. But he took it home on second thoughts and soon found, to his delight, it was an egg of pure gold. Every morning the same thing occurred, and he soon became rich by selling the eggs. As he grew rich, he grew greedy, and thinking to get at all the golden eggs the goose could give, he killed it and opened it up to find nothing. I've read the book.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
What's up, Cheesebot? I am playing Kingdom Come. We're past a major blocking point. I realize that killing the two bandits isn't something I can do right now. So I return to Captain Bernard. And we went in the middle of the night and slaughtered them. While they were in their pajamas. I sent Ginger back to the farm where the massacre happened. And I now am in Ujits looking for a man with a limp, the third bandit who got away, who was not a Kuhlman. And I just learned how to read. And I read a story of a goose that laid golden eggs.
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable. And the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder.
Latin.
Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin.
Well,
There's a book on the
guess
table with
what,
some
game?
text.
I took
Read it and then come back.
I took
You need
years
not
of Latin
understand
in
it,
high school.
but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
So I can read all these books now. Alright, I need to back out. We need to slow down a little bit. No sooner had I learned the basics than the scribe hit me with Latin text. I have to read the page he just gave me. I'm just gonna... Oh, shit. Oh, no! I ate the bad meat. I also got this cumin air. Food poisoning. Oh, my health is gradually depleting, and my strength and everything are as well. Oh, God. Yeah, I agree with that. Games should let you kill the quest givers and kiss the bandits more often. You didn't give me a page, sir. Alright, 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 alright. Should be on the book stand near the scribe. Okay, this is backwards. Nullus est libre. Nullus est libre malus tu non aquila parte prosit. All right, let's go see what he says. I've read the Latin.
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
Oh. It's definitely nullus. Nullus est liber tam malus. I think that means we are free without evil, without badness. But and not
Nullus est liber tam malus, ut non alique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
nice. Reading level up. Colleague in the flow. When reading, you will get tired and hungry twice as slowly. All books are cheaper in shops. All books are cheaper or in the flow. Probably the money one. Oh, geez. So now I'm literate. Now, what do I do with this new superpower? Do I join the priesthood? This quest giver, let's do that. Marker. Ooh. One of them warrior monks I keep hearing about?
see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. A reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
Like exercise, my boy. I just invented it.
Do you have any work that needs doing?
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. Another pair of shoulders would ease my burden. I have to deal with a local witch.
A witch?
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who will stoop to anything. Like all herbalists, for that matter.
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with 2 heads and a tail.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude is
Now,
evil.
canon-wise,
This has peculiar
my
ideas
character
about what's
does
good for
not
A
believe
little
in
bird told me she
Catholicism.
incited some Ujet's women to witchery.
And what's the problem?
As long as herb women stick to giving psychic to folk and bloated cows, assisting in childbirth, or burning incense in bedrooms to help with sleep, then nothing at all. But this is sacrilege, and it's unsafe. All sorts of molds and lichens and poisonous plants and other foul things go into those concoctions. I'd hate to see her poison some poor gullible lass.
A little bird told you, did it?
You know how good people are at seeing the splinter in another's eye and not the beam in their own.
In other words, someone's been gossiping. What do you want me to do?
I want you to go and see her and find out what she's been up to. I know she lives in fear of the Holy Church, so tell her I sent you. That will make her talk and think twice about encouraging witchcraft. If you learn that she truly did involve folk in some foolishness, find out all you can and deal with it.
Consider it done.
All right, let's deal with this
Good.
witch.
And never fear, I'm a man who always pays his
Maybe
debts.
we can do
Find
this
Gertrude, the
Witcher
old herb woman in the
style
woods.
and make sweet love to the witch. Go and see Gertrude, the herb woman. We were all playing Monster Hunter last night, me, Jordan, and some of our friends, and they were talking a lot about how Monster Hunter has a very cumbersome UI. Tons of menus that don't truly have all that important information. Kind of not a lot of user experience put into this UI. And I think this game is worse than Monster Hunter, menu-wise. I don't like how this works. And to be fair, I've been playing Monster Hunter for decades now. And I play other Japanese games to where this is just Japanese menus. Like, Elden Ring's menus are pretty much the same. However, I do agree that both of those games or series don't understand how multiplayer should work, and Americans got that down pretty low. Dude, there's a bunch of good games for it. That company who did A Way Out has a new one called Split Fiction. Take Two's a great game from the same company. Am I there? And then there's a bunch of like shared frustration games, like Chained Together, that are just phenomenal. Art Alchemy. She's not here, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn.
Greetings.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd hit this. Yeah, that's fair. Adult life will ruin
I'm looking
everything.
for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
There is one, a crooked bastard he is, too. I hope you're here to take him away. He lives in a cottage at the end of the village by the road to Rate.
I've come from the priest.
I've come from the priest. They're saying you incited some women to witchcraft.
Me? Witchcraft? That's nothing but idle chatter.
Don't you know that witches get burned alive?
There's no
Nice.
need for trouble. I'll tell you everything. I've done a very foolish thing. It's preying on my mind so much I can't sleep a wink.
But I'm supposed to believe an old witch has pangs of conscience.
Laugh if you like, but it's not a word of a lie. You probably know I sell various magic lotions and potions alongside my herbs. Well, there's one I wish I hadn't sold. You see, Vera, Zlata, and Kuta from Uzhitz wanted a magic ointment from me.
Okay.
I kept refusing them, but in the end, I let them talk me into it.
What did they want the ointment for?
Each one of them lost a loved one recently, and it's grieving them. They wanted to talk with the dead.
And why are you so worried about them all of a sudden? What changed your mind?
I'm losing sleep over it. Firstly, those women don't know what they're doing. And secondly, folk might see it as witchcraft. And do you know what they do to witches?
So the
They burn
writing
them alive.
in this game isn't the
That
best.
they
I
do.
just already
So
explained this
don't
to
be
her. That's how we
surprised
got
I'm
to this
worried.
conversation.
Didn't bother you before, though. So why did you give them the ointment at all?
Because I'm soft-hearted. You see, one of those women, Vera, lost her whole family in Skalitz. And Zlata's husband was killed. And the youngest of them, Kuta, miscarried with the horror of it all. They said they wanted to use the ointment to speak with the dead and ask them to put a word in with the Lord.
I understand how they feel. But I reckon it'll get them nowhere but the ducking stool and the stake.
Judge not, lest ye be judged. I didn't want to give them the ointment, but they offered me a pile of groschen. So I thought how desperate they must be, and I heard their plea.
And the
Their plea
groschen.
or the clink of their coin. I've heard enough.
If you've heard enough, you must understand why I need your help. Find out from those women what they intend, and watch over them to keep them...
Very well. But only because the priest himself asked me to.
Thank you 1,000-fold. I'll go to the Reverend myself and explain. You take care of those women. Take care.
Okay. Gotta go back to Uzhitz. Nourishment. Okay, I'm still good on stuff. Yeah, until recently, me and my brother couldn't really play games together because we had different times. Cheesebot, I also got Contraband Police, which is a phenomenal game. I'm playing it as a faithful communist. A faithful party member. Damn it. Oh well. No, we're taking the horse. That was stupid of me. Come, Mr. Horse. I'm playing Contraband Police as a faithful party member.
Yeah.
And I just arrested one of the police chiefs who is working for counter-revolutionary forces. Hello, dog. It won't let me pet the dog. It's not a 0 out of 10 because that dog's adorable. We'll give it a 5 out of 10. Let's wash myself. Jeez, when was the last time I did that? Ah, ma'am. God damn it.
Looking for something around here?
I'm looking for the woman in here. She's practicing nothing. I just need to talk to her. Yeah, this woman does not believe me at all.
Huh?
This just all glitched?
Has something happened?
We're back, baby. What are you doing? Are you oh, this is a farm. I thought this was a street. Kota, Guta. I have some questions.
Something about a magical ointment.
What? Who told you that? Was someone asking around?
Gertrude sent me.
And what did she say? Does she want to add something to the ointment?
Yes.
No. She's worried about what you'll do with it. It's quite dangerous stuff. What I've heard already.
This right here.
Burning? Burning at stake, you mean?
Yes, burning you alive. if you're planning anything that looks like witchcraft.
To hell with it. Let them burn us if they will. God has forsaken us. Everyone's dying. We've lost everything. Lucifer is our last hope. Do you want to turn us in?
I'm not here to judge you. I know what it's like to lose loved ones. I just want to make sure you don't do anything foolish.
Foolish? You think what's going on around here is foolery? We won't just stand idly by, and nobody can stop us.
Don't think she trusts me. I'll tell you that much. Is that pig dead? No. Oh, geez. The udder's on that sow. How come we don't drink pig milk?
Yeah.
Alright, I think there's one. Magic
I
time.
heard something about a magic ointment that you got from the herb woman.
You heard that where?
I love this. This is the best.
What business is it of yours?
We're just speaking in a tree.
The herb woman sent me.
Gertrude? What does she want? Haven't we paid her enough?
That's not the point. The ointment's dangerous, and the herb woman doesn't want you getting up to anything foolish.
We know all that.
Ooh.
And it's not stopping us. So, thanks for asking and goodbye.
I heard something about a magic ointment.
You heard that where?
The herb woman.
Gertrude?
Okay, I can do this again.
That's not the point.
We know all that.
Ooh. The hard speech check. Okay, so that's 2 fails.
What in the...
Hey!
I've heard something about a magical ointment.
Really?
Third
I'd like to
one.
know where from. And what concern is it of yours, anyway?
The herb woman sent me.
Gertrude? What does she want? More money?
It's not about the money. She's concerned about your health. That ointment can be dangerous, and she wants me to make sure you don't do anything foolish.
It can't
Alright.
have got any more dangerous since she sold it to us. Tell her we're ever so grateful for her concern, and goodbye.
So the shields are still there.
I've heard something about
Really?
the herb woman.
Gertrude?
She'd like to know just what you're planning to do with it. She's worried about you.
What made her change her tune? You can tell her we plan to do exactly what we agreed and not to worry.
Drive safe. I can't save them. I cannot convince them.
Look down.
Think I return back to the priest.
My respects to you.
I see you know how to win. I wouldn't have
With a stick. Farewell.
I guess I return. Return with more speech. So I'm still good on all my stats overall. Horsemanship. We're doing racehorse. And also, I still got to make the decision, do I do highborn speech or lowborn? I can't have either or it has to be either or. And, you know, you use it to win over nobles and wealthy people, while lowborn is for the peasants. The lowborn's going to get me this. I think I do the highborn because of what I said. Eventually, I will have to win my way with nobles. Let me see what everyone says. Everyone's telling me to do highborn. Because I'll invest. All right, horse. There you are. Let's go rough up a crippled man who is a suspected murderer. Now watch this injured man with the limp just devastate me in swordplay. Oh, that's a lot of people.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
All right, I'm back. Oh, so by these options, I realize I should not have skipped this cutscene. The Auschwitz priest is no ordinary cleric. When was the body found? Who was Limpy Lubosh?
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
Lubosh.
A poor
Lubosh.
crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now, and nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
The parish priest here in Auschwitz, he's a peculiar sort of cleric. I noticed he's quite handy with a sword.
He is indeed. He's as hard as nails. More than once he's intervened in a brawl in the tavern and sat everyone on their asses. He's not to be taken lightly.
I doubt he acquired those skills at the seminary.
You know how it goes.
The nobles send their youngest sons to study for the priesthood, and our parish priest has blue blood in him. He probably learnt to fight at home before he went to university. That's how it goes with those aristocrats. But I heard something happened and he was roving the world for a while. Don't know what he got up to though.
God be with you. Do you need anything?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
This has become a murder mystery affair.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay.
Good luck then.
God be with you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sir Hanish gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? Well, what...
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately, not even in the tavern. Not till yesterday in church, as it happens.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin.
That's all. Thank you.
God be with you.
There's villagers and then there's actually named people. So I think they have the actual information. Oh, this is too many people. I don't care that much.
Oh.
Am I raising speech by doing this? The progress, 53%.
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish.
I don't know anything about it, but ask all you want.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
That's all. Thank you.
God be with you.
Okay, so it does. I should talk to everyone here.
My respects to you.
I've come in the...
Of course.
Have you noticed anything?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
That's all. Thank you.
And now that means I need to do a lot more talking.
Hey! God be with you, good sir.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Alright, all these
Yes,
people are
ask
leaving
away.
now. I think this is the last one for this.
Do you know anyone?
He was alone.
That's all.
God be with you.
Oh! Koto!
There's just, I know more information. Because it's not gone. But I don't want to talk to this many people. Priest man. There you are.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sahanish of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seemed...
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Accidentally skipped that.
Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child. All sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son.
Boo!
One of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
Okay, he's a highborn, so I'm 9 on this.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Farewell.
Godwin's concubine? Ma'am?
Huh?
Mother of God, you look like you've been assaulted.
I'm not doing good. Oh no, I'm doing great.
You live here?
Of course.
I mean here, in the presbytery.
Yeah, right here.
In the presbytery? With the parish priest?
Yes. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Yes, of course I like you.
So why are you surprised Godwin likes me too?
I'm not. I mean, I see. I think.
I'll be back. It's time to put food in the food hole. All right, the food's in the food hole. Alexa, set an alarm for 12 minutes.
May the Lord watch over you.
Shit, I'm trapped. Trapped in the churchyard. I thought that tomb was a road to walk on. Oh, jeez, Father.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
Dead.
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did send him.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
They aren't exaggerating.
The rumors aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed.
Okay, so...
Dreadful. Well then,
they're getting
those
killed.
Poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
I noticed there's a woman living with you at the presbytery.
What of it? Have you never met a cleric who lives with a woman before? Mother Church won't let me take her to wife. Too afraid it might lose its property to any heirs she bore me. But she cooks and cleans. And, well, as a man I have my needs.
I'm not sure the parish priest at St. James would agree with you.
Aye. I heard he was a bit odd.
Let's get straight to the
Well,
point.
we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Be right back.
Coming.
Tank of ale for me.
Here, just as you ordered.
All right, do I press the priest?
You're just making excuses. The people who say the church is corrupt are right. You don't care about anyone, only your own comfort.
I'm sorry you see it that way. Really sorry. You've no idea how wrong you are.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague.
I'll have a beer.
It's not enough to instruct people.
Oh, cheese bot.
Too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And of course, describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Yeah, they didn't go with the
Can you give me an
stereotypical
Well,
all
recently a
Europeans speak
priest by the
English
name
with a
of Jan
British
Hus
accent
started preaching
trope.
in Prague in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated.
Oh.
Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hughes character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to
Alexa.
that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse
Alexa,
those stuffed
stop.
habits in Sasau Monastery.
All right, good place. So we're gonna get the priest drunk, baby.
My pleasure.
A tankard here.
Coming.
Want to preach against debauchery? Yeah, what are folks saying about it?
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe?
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Satisfied?
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Ooh, I got a new skill in drinking, or a new level in drinking. Oh, Henry. Nice, Henry, get it. Bang that waitress. Oh, he's too drunk.
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Oh. You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Oh no.
I'm gonna... No, Corva. You.
You call that?
So, my dear, would you like to have a little ring on the bell? Toaster said and done.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure.
Right, Henry. Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Someone's gonna die here tonight. It's one of those type of scenes.
Can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody hell. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
Oh my.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Just one of those things that's very TOS. Okay, it's not the worst. A lot more graphic than I thought it would be. So I am drunkenness.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something.
It's Sunday.
What have I forgotten? Where the fuck am I? What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there.
Oh, we're up to no
Henry,
good.
Look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Alright, the leftovers are being devoured. Call them out.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
Well, all right. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Still a little bit wobbly, Father.
Never show up. The swill pup.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him.
Like, this is just what the whole town does.
Throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti.
Oh, you know what hasn't happened yet? Vernacular Mass.
Accepit panem in sanctas.
Mass in a non-Latin language, typically the language of the people, so they know what you're saying.
Hoc facite in meam commemorationem.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Ooh. Everything's a 4.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
Oh shit.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, enemies, injustice, hunger and chaos, failed harvests, fires, floods and other catastrophes. And it is all due to the corrupt servants of God who do not practice what they preach. They think sins can be washed away by money, and they sell indulgences, and that's bad, because sins cannot be redeemed with silver.
Prague didn't do much for his confidence.
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
Nice.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. Look at them. They booze like hypocrites and buy expensive jewels. They servants of God. And that is not right, because Christ preached poverty. And only poverty and temperance are true virtues.
And it was almost getting interesting.
Oh, shit.
Hear my words, then. The church is corrupt, and her servants seek their own gain more than the salvation of your souls. A priest who fornicates and indulges in gluttony and intoxication is no priest at all. You would do better to be your own priests, each and every one of you, for you have no need for such Pharisees and hypocrites to attain salvation.
Yes! Down with the hypocrites!
Nice.
Down with Godwin!
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Well, didn't go great there, in terms of team friendship with Godwin.
Have you no shame, you pair of buffoons? I'll be writing to the bishop of this. For shame.
Utterly blasphemous.
Can you believe such behavior? For men of the cloth to get drunk at
So, is our deal still on?
Are you pulling my fucking pizzle? I couldn't have done worse myself if I'd puked on the altar.
Well, I'm no preacher.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
You can't be serious. After all that?
All what? All you making a complete hash of my sermon? You were supposed to help, not get me into even more trouble. Now I'll have the bishop on my back and all the villagers. Just leave. I need to pull myself together.
And what am I supposed to do?
Find someone else to help you.
Right. Hit a hard wall there.
Look out!
Because it's Sunday. Maybe if I apologize wholeheartedly. We did bang our bitches together.
Jesus Christ be praised.
See, he's forgotten everything already.
Father, didn't I see you outside practicing swordplay? I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form. Farewell.
That was harsh. All right, let's ask my mate of last night. She knows.
Greetings. What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
That's all. Thank you.
Good luck, then.
Is there somewhere I could sleep here?
Ah, there's room here. For how long?
Just the one night.
All right. Money up front, though.
2 gold? Perfect.
There you go.
You've got it all to yourself. No one will disturb you.
Where do I go to sleep?
You'll have no trouble finding it. Right inside the door to the building, there's a ladder up to the loft. Your bed's ready there, and a trunk for your belongings. Goodbye.
Just, oh, it's not gonna let me sleep longer than 12 hours. The game really hits hard. That Rate tournament, and so like you didn't sign up, failed. Ooh, that was some good food. Fucking basmati rice with Japanese barbecue sauce. Crisp it up like they dig. To dig. And then falafel, spiced falafel burger on top with french fry, salted french fries as well. That's what I just ate. And when does the baker open? Alright, we gotta go find some people and ask them what about. Someone here has to have been friends with Bosch.
Good evening.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask all you want, lad.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Everything about him was suspicious. I always gave him a wide berth.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
Those that live by the sword die by the sword. I'm not surprised the end he came to.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
How would I know?
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
I don't know, since I don't go to alehouses.
That's all.
It is weird that everyone else in this town speaks English with a British accent, and the priest was straight up just some American dude.
All have to be replaced, but at least the rest of the house is all right. Only that fucking roof.
Everywhere closed for this. Okay. Ma'am.
Greetings. What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask away.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him suddenly started going to church. Now I see why, of course.
Do you know what Lubosch was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
What do I care about that scoundrel? I was glad he stayed out of my way.
Do you know who Lubosch used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
He was always a loner. Except lately, he started talking to the parish priest of all people.
That's all. Thank you.
All signs keep pointing to the goddamn... Oh, I need to trade shit. Keep taking me to the goddamn priest. I fucked up the sermon so bad he don't want to hang out with me anymore. My next best guess is to investigate Lubosch's house. Alright, you might have been lost there, Cheese, but I'm pretty sure it reconnected.
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering.
Fuck yeah.
He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
That man Lubosch?
I didn't really know.
That's all. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
This is a tough one. And I don't want to use a guide. I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of actually trying to figure out this quest. So I think you might be right. The priest, maybe the priest didn't kill him, but the priest is definitely, I mean, is my only lead. Uta?
I've come in the name of
Ask all you want, lad.
Already asked her everything.
Thank you.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sir Hannah.
Of course, ask away.
Do you know what Lou...
Not a clue.
That
Nice.
man Lubot.
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him.
That's all. Thank you.
He hung out at the tavern. That's the only other thing.
Hey!
That's the only other thing. These witches are gonna be burned at the stake.
Catch him! Stop it, someone! Kurva fix! Oh dear, did that hurt?
Put that weapon away, damn it.
When we cut ourselves, it is covered in blood. Alright, well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You showed him.
Nice.
Thank you. That thieving magpie. You can't trust anyone these days. And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Everything
Thanks.
went correct. Oh, he's just knocked out.
I'll bake those pies tomorrow. Great. I'll bring the curd.
Nice. Hilarious. He was just asleep. The game was all like, you can rob him.
My pleasure.
Good health to you.
I've come in the...
Sir Henry?
That man Lube.
He was a strange one. Always drinking.
Do you know what Lubosh was?
I don't think he was home at all. Wait!
Nice. We got something.
Jesus!
That's all.
Farewell.
God be with you.
Is there anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Nothing out of the ordinary, praise God. Good luck to you.
You're a lucky man. This time. God's millstones will grind.
Rankin skill. Here you get is 50% weaker. You can drink more, but wine is twice as strong. Drinking habit. Under the influence of alcohol, your hand will shake 25% less and your bow skill was 2% higher. Wine bibber, the opposite of bear bibber. Definitely some fun skills. Oh, nice. I chose the one on the floor instead of the bed right here. I've been in this inn before. Alright. Henry's need a sandwich. I really enjoy literally all the free food. Yeah, this is the only other place I could think of. The game is really kind of coming into its own. After I made the mistake of thinking this was Skyrim and I would just be able to combat my way out of situation. The game was all like, just remember that you're weak. You're not a fucking warrior. We're a blacksmith's son and a lazy one at that. You, sir, need to get help. a horsery. Nice. I found the horse trader. See. Henry cannot jump like a horse. Oh yeah, they're inside that building, baby. Just stand still for 3 hours. Henry, what were you doing? What were you doing standing there for 3 hours? You're just all like waiting.
Good health to you.
What can you
I've
tell
come
me
in the
about
name of Sir
Bosch?
Hamish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course, ask away.
Alright.
That's all. Thank you.
I'm fucked.
Any work going here? Enough for a dozen men. You could take the place of that useless stable hand Vashek for a start.
What happened? Did he do something wrong?
Just found out that he lost our pie.
Lost it where? In his stomach?
No, Pie was our fastest stallion. A lovely dappled.
Oh. Well, that's bad news. How did Vashek manage to lose him?
He fell, banged his head, and the horse bolted. Can you fathom it? A stable hand falling off a horse. And then Pie took off at a gallop.
Well, I can't take Vashek's job, but I can try to find you a pie.
That would be nice of you. If there's anything you need to know, ask that fool. So you know what you're buying. May the Lord watch over you.
Want Pegasus. How much is Pegasus, sir?
I'd like to buy a horse.
Well, now.
I have.
Nothing but the best. Is there one in particular?
Yep, I knew it. It's a fucking tier 4. How much is a tier 4?
For you. Flies like the wind, he does.
2.3k.
Maybe some other?
May the Lord watch over you.
For a horse that's just as fast as mine. It can sprint longer. But old Gray here, Pebbles is what I call it apparently. Old Pebbles is speedy. I don't fucking know, dude. Go check out his house. One last ditch effort to solve this before I go to the sauna. Day 2. I normally hit up that sauna twice a week. It is relaxing both physically and mentally. I believe they're all standing in front of here. Reds, you say? All this free soup.
Armour? Well, it seems Lubosh wasn't your everyday crofter. And judging by the bloodstains, it looks like he lived the way he died. Alright, let's find the town bailiff.
Apples, carrots, cabbage.
God be with you.
Right, everything else is good. I don't need I don't need any silver ring. I still don't think it's worth buying things. Books are so expensive. Haggle.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Aye?
$92.
Forget it then.
Alright. You can't go to the extreme. Damn, I think I really ruined my reputation with that guy. Haggle.
Let's talk about the price.
Sure.
Is this enough?
A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little and we'll agree.
I'll go for that.
All right. I don't know where the bailiff is. Like, he could be in any one of these houses. You just strike me.
My respect.
Good luck to you.
God be with
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Light.
Right, might get something here.
Who was this?
He was a drunkard and a beast.
That's all.
Okay, never mind.
Goodbye.
I don't know where the bailiff is. Who must be asked about all this before I go to Radish and Hanash. Niche? I appreciate them not making the game easy. But oh boy, I'm looking for some guidance. Okay, Cheesebot, I think I'm gonna head out of here. We know what we're doing. We're getting farther along. This, medieval simulator became a detective simulator very fast. But we'll play this next week along with a new version of the game I'm making. Adios. Even quit.